Hello and welcome to the predictions for Fire Horse year. Happy Chinese New Year, otherwise known as the Lunar New Year. It's lunar in nature because we are starting with a new moon in the new season of wood. So let's jump in. What does it mean, the Fire Horse year? Well, if we cracked open fire, we would realize that if we cracked open horse, we would realize that horse has fire inside of it. All 12 of the earth branches, that's what we call them as masters, have the elements inside of themselves. So the yang might have a yang element and the yin might have a yin element, but not always necessarily that way. This is the year of Fire Horse, a very yang year. Yang being the masculine, the outgoing energy. This will be a year of doing, not talking about it. Fire is very dynamic. It loves a host. It needs oxygen. It needs wood. It likes an audience. It's very performative. It can also be a little egotistical, a little bit of about me. It's all about me, the center of attention. Horse is very much about running with the crowd. They love like-minded people. They love to run. They love to be free. They're very free-spirited animals. If you think of the horse as an animal, this is what we're talking about. That free spirit of a wild Mustang, if you will. As soon as you try to corral a horse, and I'm the year of the Fire Horse, this is a big year for me. This is 60 years of coming back around. The horse has 5 different elements and it takes 60 years to get back to that Fire Horse, which is what the year is this year. We're very hard to marry off. This is for the obvious reasons, in the sense that we love freedom. The minute you try to corral us, what happens? We want to run. We're not into that. So I don't want to say we're commitment afraid, but a little bit. And horse is going to be very free-spirited, doing, movement, travel. You might even feel itchy, like, ooh, I got to move. And it might not be physical. It might be in the mental realm that we're feeling like we need a change. This is a very changeable year. Fire gives it that spark, that yikes, here we go, right? So I wrote some notes because I've done this kind of like as if I was doing a reading for someone. And if we were looking at the numerology of this year for the Fire Horse, we're taking the 20 and the 26, 2026. We're adding that all up. And that number gets minused by 11. In its masculine form, this is the 1 year, the 1 water, the moon, the connectivity, that intuition. This is a time when things are getting wild that we want to take a moment and pause. Don't get swept up in the Fire Horse energy of this year. Take a beat, take a pause, take it in. That water is asking you to be introspective. It's asking you to look at the situation. It's also water puts out fire. When we look at the cycles of the elements, and you've seen this on my YouTube channel with all the elements, if you want to go there and look through what does it mean for fire, that is on my YouTube channel. Water puts out fire in this cycle. And what we want to know with that is that this sand, this grit that's in the oyster, it will eventually create the pearl. But does that water trying to put the fire out this year, it kind of creates some conflict, doesn't it? I think if we trust, and I know that's a hard one right now to really take in, but if we trust the universe is kind of destroying and bringing everything down. When I do readings and we're in the house of 5, it's a pivotal time in your life. This is one of those times where things are being kind of torn down and rebuilt. So it's a matter of trusting that that sand and the oyster is going to eventually create the pearl, but we will have some conflicts. Water's trying to put out fire. Fire in its imbalanced state is going to be a little melancholy, withdrawn. In its balanced state, fire is about love and joy and fervor and the heart We want to remember that. Let's lead with love this year. The horse loves to be around its friends, like-minded people, run with the crowd, but don't get swept up in the herd mentality. Why? Because we're all fingerprints. We're like snowflakes. Everything is different for everyone. Just because it works for them doesn't mean it works for you. So be careful of getting swept up in the herd mentality. Not a great year for rats. I'm the day of the rat. So I have this wonderful side with the horse and then this rat. So it's the opposite. They're the polar opposite, rat and horse. So if you were born in the year of the rat, like my mother, like my cousin, like a lot of the rats I know, or you have the day of rat like myself, this could be a challenging year. But what did I say about the sand in the oyster? It creates the pearl. So it becomes auspicious. We see how we do that as practitioners. This is a great year for for dogs and tigers. Great year for dogs and tigers. Why? Because they're friends with the horse. So it creates that trine we talk about so much, that harmony, that strength in numbers. So great year for tiger and dog. Changes are brought about this year by force and sheer willpower. That's the horse. Impulsive year. It can be impulsive. Fire can be impulsive. It doesn't like to wait. That's why I think we've been given this one water star to calm down some of this unbridled, excessive energy and ask us to take a beat. Double fire in the sense that if we cracked horse open, horse is also fire element. We've discussed that in some of my other videos. So this is really like a double fixed fire year. Hot-blooded, easily excitable, distraction, impulsive, could be volatile. We're already seeing a little snippet of that in the world we live in. Movement, travel, action. Doesn't like supervision. Remember what I said about the horse. The minute you want to corral them, micromanage them, they're out of there. They're gone. They took off. Competitive, thrill seeker, can be skillful at resolving some conflicts that are complicated, but you can also be argumentative with all this fire and unreasonable. You won't quit without a battle. That's some of the energy that's bringing about this year. Elegant with a fervor, so horses love the elegant side. I'm a Leo as well as a horse, so we love luxury. We like the finer things in life. What can I say? I'm not gonna apologize. Yeah, I like the finer things in life. So elegant with fervor. Horse is seventh in line. So when Buddha asked all the animals to come to his higher level of being, if you will, his transitioning, the rat was the first to come. Horse was seventh in line. So horse connected to seventh in line. When we're speaking in Chinese this year, the fire is pronounced wu. The fire is pronounced ping, and the horse is pronounced u. So when we're saying this in Chinese, we're having a ping u year, fire horse year. A lot of stamina, independence, cheerful. Horse loves attention, but very independent. Some of the famous horses are Rembrandt, Thomas Edison. Some of the famous fire horses that are turning 60 this year, names not included, Cindy Crawford, Halle Berry, Adam Sandler. Anyone born in the year 1966 is a fire horse. So if you're turning 60, this is a big year for us. The horse season is connected to fire. It runs from May 6th through August 7th. So if you were born during these times, you have some of that fiery energy that's happening this year. These are the predictions for fire horse. More to come on the energies of this year. This is to get you started. Thanks for being with me.